Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me, y'all keep the fame. I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me. Rich in spirit, little bitch can't afford me. Day one static, fix it with a 4G. Red beam on it, you think I'm recording. Kicking front doors, you try to backdoor me. We are not a gang, bitch, we an army. Book a den, you know I don't tell stories. Keep it 100 in the lightning. You niggas fake baby K name Adonis. Mini Drake, clip curl, but somehow I can shoot it straight. Insta clip, I can shoot for a minute straight. Turn this to the Super Bowl if I need to. I can hit your chief up with an eagle. Set you up on the score, but they lied to you. Why you letting them niggas mislead you? My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. You won't see it coming, I move like a crook, a thief in the night. So watch what you put, my aim precise. These bullets 12 inches long, a block away I could take off the foot. Don't ask me no questions if you know my stance. Bitch, I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod. If they ever tell you I was taking a stand, think I run up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far? Cause I took a chance. Really got ranked, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster.
I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this that exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jake. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't just do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Six shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you will never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Testing 1, 2. There you go. All right. Shalom Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua brought the thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar, the thumb by Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. The water for tuning in. This is Tuesday Brotherhood class. Today's topic, today we're going to get into purpose, okay? Today we're going to be talking about the importance of purpose, you know what I mean, the reasons why we need purpose in our lives, you know what I'm saying, and what is our true purpose in this truth, you know what I'm saying? What is the true purpose of life in general, you know what I'm saying? So just to add on to that, like it's like just for our people in general, like our people are destroyed. Our people are confused. Our people are ignorant to a lot of things that are happening to us in this day and age, in this time that we live in this wicked nation that we live in. You know what I mean? A lot of our people are confused, and that's because we lack purpose. We lack a lot. We lack knowledge, but we lack purpose as well. You know what I mean? We don't know what we're waking up to every day. We don't know what to do on a daily basis. We just kind of just roll with the punches and go with whatever our oppressor gives us and tells us what to do, what to listen to, what to eat, what to watch. You know what I mean? So that's why our people we just go with the punches, and we go with whatever is being led to us. But we have to find our purpose in order to be able to maneuver the attacks that come against us and against our nations. You know what I'm saying? So the things that we must avoid being, the things that we have to avoid falling into, the characteristics, the mindset, the routines, the addictions, the things we have to fall out of. You know what I mean? We have to understand that the Bible gives us instructions, and it tells us exactly what we need to do to fall out of wickedness, fall out of addiction, fall out of those things, and fall into purpose. Okay? All right, so this is what we're gonna do. So I get a sound check too. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, Baba Kasha. All right, so let's go to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3. We're gonna start off with that. Okay, we're gonna find out what truly we need to avoid and what we should be looking forward to as a people to have some type of purpose in our life. You know what I'm saying? But the type of people we need to avoid being as well, and the type of people that we need to strive to be. Okay, so we're going to read the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3, 1 through we'll just read the whole chapter. We'll read the whole chapter. All right, so the book of Timothy, 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1 says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. In the last days, perilous times shall come. We are living in the last days right now. I mean, we are living in the beginning of sorrows right now. So these are going to be perilous times. You know what I mean? What does perilous mean? Let's go to the definition of perilous. All right, so the definition of perilous means full of danger or risk. So that's what we're living in right now. There's a bunch of dangers knocking at our front doors right now. We are stepping into World War III. We're stepping into a godless nation. You know what I mean? We're going to be stepping into a big civil war. People are going to be choosing sides. Who do they go for? Do they go for the Palestinians? Do they go for the Israelis? Do they go for the Africans or the Arabs or the Asians? People are going to start choosing sides, and there's going to be a civil war within our community. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be fights and battles within our community. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be perilous times. Perilous times, it means full of danger or risk. You know what I mean? So let's keep going. So in the last days, perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. We see that right now. You know what I mean? Men just in people in general, just they love themselves more than they love anything. And they it's not true love. It's just they love the things that they could have. They love the things that they can get. You know what I mean? It's not a true self-worth. It's not a true self-love. It's all for me and me alone. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna do whatever I can do to get it. You know what I mean? That's the type of mindset that our people are living in. Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, unseparate. Okay, unholy means unseparate. You know what I mean? It is our duty to be separate. It's our duty to live our lives the right way instead of living the wrong way, because the Lord gave us the blueprint on how to live the right way, and that's to be holy. That's being holy by living the way that the Lord wants us to live. You know what I mean? And if you're not living in that type of manner, you're living in the mannerism of the heathen, and you're living unholy. You're not being separate. Okay, we have our separate laws. We have our separate high holy days. We have our separate routines that we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Things that we're supposed to abide by. We have those things, and we don't know, we don't live by it because we lack the knowledge and we lack the purpose. Okay, and it says without natural effect, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers. We see that all day. You know what I mean? People don't have any type of limitation of what they're willing to do to get a bag. People don't have any type of limitation of what they would do to get over on somebody, to do someone wrong. We see that. You know what I'm saying? So truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent. What does incontinent mean? Let's go to the definition of incontinent. The definition of incontinent, that means having no or insufficient voluntary control over. Okay, so that means lacking self-restraint, uncontrolled. Like we see our people today, there is no control of our people today. There is no giving them laws today. There is no giving them structure today. There is no giving them principalities today. You know what I mean? They have no principalities. They have no laws. They have nothing that they abide by or live on or live to. It's just a dog eat dog world out there. You know what I mean? It's a cutthroat world. It's eat or be eaten. That's the type of world we're living in right now. Okay, so what is it? Incontinent, fierce. See that? You know what I mean? The way our people treat our people. Despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure, more than lovers of God. See that all the time. People don't give a damn about God these days. They just want to gain. And that's about it. People literally go to church just to find some type of gain in their life. You know what I mean? They don't go to listen to the preacher because they want to be better people. They want to listen to the teacher. They want to put in their money into their churches because they want to have more materialistic things. They want a bigger house. They want a bigger car. They want to look like the pastor. They want a better suit. You know what I mean? Those type of things. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's not about God anymore. It's about the entertainment, the singing and dancing, and then it's the things that you feel like you're going to benefit for doing those things, which is materialistic things. Okay, so we see that right now, and it says having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. So a lot of our fake Israelites, you know what I mean? They have a zeal to want to serve the Lord in the right way, but they're doing it the wrong way. And why? Is because they're serving their own lust. They're serving their own flesh. There's certain things that they don't want to get rid of. They want to serve the Lord, but they don't want to stop smoking weed. They don't want to stop buying prostitutes. They don't want to stop going to strip clubs. You know what I mean? They don't want to stop smoking cigarettes. They don't want to stop doing drugs in general. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to stop doing certain things, but they have an insight of what to do to get away from the church, but they're still technically in the church because they're following false doctrine. They're following false ways, false teachings. Okay. But denying the power thereof, for from such turn away, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. You see that. I mean, if you own a social media platform, you see that all day, every day. You know what I mean? It's just women who are so in vain with themselves. They're so in a mindset of being a whore that they really can't do really anything with themselves all day, but to put a camera in front of them, get naked and twerk and show they box off, and just a whole bunch of filth that they feel is important to them. It makes them feel important. It makes them feel secure that they're being accepted into society because they are the cutest whore. You know what I mean? So it says, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to knowledge of the truth. Now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. So what did Jannes and Jambres do? That they tried to rebel against Moses. They wanted to rebel against Moses because they wanted the ways of their oppressor at the time period. You know what I mean? And that's the mindset of a lot of our people today as well. They don't want to have to go and do the right thing because it's easy to follow the oppressor. It's easy to fall into your lust and fall into your sin. You know what I mean? Fall into your addictions. They want to be just like Jannes and Jambres. You know what I'm saying? They want to rebel against what the truth is, and they want to follow what the heathen teaches because it's easy to follow the heathen. It's hard to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. So do these also resist the truth, men of corrupt minds, reprobate concerning the faith. Reprobate just means reprobate is a person with, I would say it's something that is, it doesn't have, let's just get the definition. Let's get the definition. I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's lack of principle. Something without principles. You know what I mean? That's what reprobate means. This says an unprincipled person, often used. That's the modern day, but it's an unprincipled person. Okay, person with no principle. So it says reprobate concerning the faith. They have no principles concerning their faith. Okay, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men. So there's going to be a consequence to this type of characteristics. These type of people that live on this earth. You know what I mean? This type of mindset. There's going to be consequences to it. You know what I mean? At this time period. So there's also was, but thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch. Afflictions, persecutions. You know what I mean? We know what happened to Christ. You know what I mean? Don't think that the same things won't happen to you. You know what I mean? Don't think that the same things won't happen to you, and don't get distracted within your suffering that you decide to get rid of the mission, which is the mission is, or the purpose is to serve God all the way into the end. I mean, serve be Christ-like all the way into the last days. You know what I'm saying? That's what the mission is. And Satan's going to do whatever he can to throw you off. And you have to have an understanding of that. Once you have an understanding of that, the things that come upon you of distractions, things that try to take you out of this, because it's warfare. It's not just you just coming in and just doing the right thing and being a good person. No, you're gonna have to fight for your righteousness. You're gonna really have to put your foot down and put your foot through the door in order to really, really keep yourself in a mindset where you know that, or in a lifestyle where you know that you're doing right. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord doesn't want you lukewarm. He doesn't want you halfway in, halfway out. You know what I'm saying? The reason why those tests come in is so that you can make your election sure. You know what I mean? You have to make your election sure in order to be the elect. You know what I mean? You have to be the elect. That's also goes with the purpose. Be God's elect. Be Christ's elect. You know what I mean? When you get chosen, don't fall off and do the wrong thing, and then you lose your seat in your election. You know what I'm saying? You want to be 144. You know what I'm saying? You want to have your number. You want to be assured that you have a seat on a chariot when this time period comes of perilous times. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to lose yourself in the world. You don't want to lose the battle and then have a sense of regret that's going to follow you all the way down until you trying to get back into doing the right things. Just don't fall off. Just don't fall back into the old men, the old lifestyle, the old ways. Don't fall back into those things. And if you find yourself falling back into those things, check yourself. That's what the Bible tells you to do. You know what I mean? You have to check yourself before you get checked and before the Lord checks you. But that's what you don't want. That's a big thing you don't want. You know what I mean? You better check yourself before the Lord checks you, because when the Lord checks you, it's going to be very, very uncomfortable. It's going to be very, very, very painful. You know what I mean? It's going to be very, 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 it's going to be a lot of suffering, and it's going to be unnecessary suffering because you could have stopped it before it happened. I mean, the Lord is going to be patient with you, but at the end of the day, he's only going to give you so much time to get it right. And you on that clock, and we all on that clock. You know what I mean? We all have to continue to keep on putting our foot forward and live righteously. We all have to continue to keep on putting our minds and our hearts in this truth, and keep working in this truth to solidify our seat in the elected seat. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? It's shameful to put in so much work to get so much knowledge, to get so much learning in your spirit and your heart and mind, and just abandon it because of a bad situation. Anything something that comes against you. You know what I mean? Someone's coming against you. You know what I mean? Things like that. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, damn, like, you know what I mean, I put in so much work, like I allowed this little small thing, because it's gonna end up small after it seems big as it's happening. The afflictions that come against you are gonna seem like it's big when it's happening. But once you get through and you win your fight and you win your battle, you're gonna see it as a small thing. And the thing is to endure. That's what enduring is. You know what I mean? You gotta last through it. I mean, it's not for you to last through because it's gonna feel good. You last through it because it feels like torture to you. You know what I mean? It hurts you. But at the end of the day, there's purpose that comes within that affliction. I mean, we're gonna get to that in a minute. But let me finish this scripture off. Where did I end off at? I think I ended off on what persecutions I endured. Okay, here we go. But out of them all the Lord delivered me. Yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus, or Yahushua Mashiach, suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse. So you get it right here in verse 12. You know what I mean? Yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus, Yahushua Mashiach, shall suffer persecution. You're going to suffer just the way that Christ suffered. You know what I mean? But Christ died within this suffering. You know what I mean? You're going to live in it, and you're going to have to endure through it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, that's the point of the situation. Live through it, suffer through it, make it through it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, just don't fail. Don't sin. Okay? But the Bible is warning you of persecution. If you ain't not being persecuted, it's something you're doing wrong. You know what I mean? We're not the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? We're not seeking peace. We're seeking warfare. You know what I mean? We want war. We want flames in this place. We want this place to burn. You know what I'm saying? This is what we want. Okay? So you're going to have to fight to get it. You know what I mean? Kingdom is not just going to come just by looking. You're going to have to come get out here and put your foot in the door and actually get to battle. You know what I mean? And our battle is not through, you know what I mean? It's not a carnal battle at this moment. It's through principalities. You know what I mean? So you have to set that principle. And the only way you're going to set that principle is by being in his seat. You know what I'm saying? Being in his body. But let's go to verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of. And this is what we're assuring you. We're assuring you that you're going to live. We're showing you that persecution is going to come against you. We're showing you that affliction is going to come to you. But at the end of the day, you're going to live. The Lord is with you, and you're going to get through it. As long as you just stay strong and stay focused and endure, you're going to get through it. Trust me. You know what I mean? This is the assurance that the Bible is speaking of. Okay. Assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Yahushua Mashiach. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect. That the man of God may be perfect, truly furnished unto all good works. You know what I mean? We got a couple of scriptures that's going to go with this. You know what I mean? But this is giving you the breakdown of really the blueprint of what to be, what to do, what to strive for. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It can never be more clear than what the Bible's telling you. You know what I mean? This is the instructions for correction. This is the doctrine that you're supposed to follow. This is everything that we need in our lives. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. All right. So next we're gonna stay in 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 1. 2 Timothy 2 and 1. It says, though therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua Mashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. So, you know what I mean, as you put your foot in the door, as you get to learning, as you get in all black, as you get your name, you know what I mean, you get in a position to where you're able to pass the message on. You know what I mean? And you're in the mindset where you're able to pass that message on. You know what I mean? You have to be in this mindset. You know what I mean? You have to be in this ability. You can't just try to teach by not knowing anything. You know what I'm saying? That's why we recommend that. You know what I mean? When you are in all black, just shut up. You know what I mean? Just listen, learn, and don't try to push your foot forward to teach, because it's not your time to teach yet. The Lord's going to choose your time when it's time for you to teach. All right. Oops. All right. Let's keep going. The same committed. Did I leave one for me? Okay. The same committed thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Though therefore endure hardness, as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. You know what I'm saying? You have to endure hardness. You have to be prepared for hard times. You have to be prepared for perilous times. You having rough situations happening to you is going to make you a rougher person. You know what I mean? You having rough, I don't want to get too in detailed about, because everybody has different things. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that in a minute too. But everybody has different things that they have to walk through. You know what I mean? But regardless of whatever it is, it's going to be something that is uncomfortable, and it's going to be a rough time. But it's going to make you a rough person, and it's going to get you in a position where you are prepared for rough times, perilous times, and it's going to make you more stronger. You know what I mean? As a person, it's going to make you more stronger. Okay, so let's keep going. Verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. So don't get caught up in the things that go on in this life. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up on the bills. Don't get caught up on the income. Don't get caught up on the slave or the your rib leaving you. And, you know what I mean? Your car breaking down. You're going to prison, going to jail. Things of that nature. Don't get caught up in those things. Don't get caught up in that mindset, because those things are meant to distract you. You know what I mean? They're meant to throw you off. Don't get caught up in those things. Hey, shalom, trooper. Shalom, young man, B, Trooper Kadash, water for checking in. Yeah, so don't get caught up in those things. Those things are going to a lot of other things, you know what I mean? A lot of other things. But it's just so much things to get it, like it's too much to get into, but you don't want to get caught up into the things that happen in life. These things don't matter. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? We can get bombed tomorrow. What does that slave mean at that moment? What does that slave mean that you lost at that moment? If this place gets bombed tomorrow, what good did that slave do you? The slave that you were so hurt that you lost, that you fell out the truth. What good did it do you? What good did that rib do for you when they left you? You know what I mean? And now you unmarried, feel like you alone. What good did that feeling do for you when all hell breaks loose here? You know what I mean? You have to separate yourself from this world, because this is not the world that the Lord wants you in. You know what I mean? This is not the lifestyle that the Lord wants you in. When I say world, I mean the condition, the territory, the place. Where we at right now, we're living in perilous times. We're living in Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? The Lord doesn't want you stuck here. The Lord wants his people out of here. You know what I'm saying? And how is he going to get his people out of here? Through warfare. You know what I mean? When you look at all these films of what's going on in Palestine and Israel, and you know what I mean, you're looking at all these different clips and stuff like that. Having a slave ain't helping them right now. Having a rib ain't helping them right now. You know what I mean? Or losing those things ain't helping them right now. You know what I'm saying? Why? Is because they're waking up to explosions, bombs, death, screaming. You know what I'm saying? So it means nothing to them right now. What they want is survival. You know what I mean? And that's what our mindset needs to be based on. And the only way that you can survive is by getting your foot into the doors of salvation, which is the only way you're going to survive is through the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And just playing around with the world right now and being concerned with the things that are going on in the world right now, you're pretty much asking for death. Yeah, you should have a slave. You know what I mean? Get a slave. But don't be consumed. You know what I mean? Don't be consumed with your time where you are spiritually so invested in this place of getting the slave or getting a rib that it throws you off course and now you're distracted, and now you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not finding your purpose within this truth. You know what I mean? Because you so caught up with the things that are happening in I can't even say the real world. You're so caught up with the lifestyle that's in front of you. You know what I mean? And not caught up with living righteously. You know what I mean? The Lord gonna give you what you need, and He knows what you need, but He's gonna give it to you in the time period where it's important to you. You know what I mean? But don't lose track of what is the most important, which is being righteous, living righteously, finding your purpose in this truth, finding something that you can do to work. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we have to build the kingdom. It's not just going to fall on our laps. We have to build it. We have to put it up brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? And the only way we're gonna do that is by continue to do this work, continue to keep on waking our people up out of sleep. You know what I mean? Checking in. You know what I mean? Do whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do to secure your seat in salvation. You know what I mean? I think that's it. The affairs of this life, that He may please Him. Okay, yeah, we read this already. Okay, so let's keep going. So the next precept we're gonna go to is 1 Corinthians 9 and 19. First Corinthians 9 and 19. Now, how are you supposed to put your foot in the door? You know what I'm saying? What is the important thing of this situation? I love this precept right here. So the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9 and 19 says, "For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all." You know what I'm saying? You're choosing to be under your brothers. You're choosing to get your rank. You're choosing to go to camp. You're choosing to go speak to the people. You're choosing to go out and go do the food drives. You're not being forced to, but you're choosing to do this because you're serving the Lord. You know what I mean? You're choosing to do this. You're choosing to go teach class because you're serving the Lord. You know what I mean? You're being a servant. You know what I mean? And that's the mindset you want to be into when you come in here. You know what I mean? Be a servant. Don't think that you're just free from getting checked. You're free from getting an order. You're free from, you know what I mean, having to do some work. You know what I mean? You're gonna do work. You're gonna serve. And you're serving because you love your people. You're serving because you love the Lord. You're not doing it because it's paying you, or you're going to get paid off, or you're going to get a check next week or anything like that. You're doing it because you love your people and you love your God. You know what I'm saying? And you love yourself and your family, because those things are going to those people are going to benefit from your righteousness, from your serving. Those are the ones that are going to benefit from it. Okay? So it says, I have made myself servant unto all, that I might gain the more. And unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. So this is a character precept, but not just a character. The Lord is going to set you up. You know what I mean? Not set you up in a bad way. He's going to set you up to where He wants you. He's going to set you up to where you're useful. He's going to set you up to where He can use you the best within building this nation up. You know what I mean? He's going to put you in position to do what you need to be doing, that He finds you valuable in. You know what I mean? That could be anything. That could be scrubbing toilets. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Regardless of whatever the situation is, the Lord going to put you in position. Now, you become the best of what your situation is. You know what I mean? If the Lord puts you in position where you become sick, you know what I mean? Find the sick and bring the sick here. The Lord puts you in position where you become a prisoner or in jail. Find the ones that are in jail and bring them in here. Bring their mentality in here. Bring their knowledge in here. You know what I'm saying? Don't just get sent off and then, oh yeah, I'm gonna quit until I get comfortable and I'm gonna get back to work when I'm back in my comfort zone. No, do it when it hurts the most. Keep working. Don't stop working. Don't stop teaching. Don't stop. You know what I mean, if you are liable to teach, don't stop teaching. Teach in your atmosphere. Teach in your circumstances. If you're in a halfway house, teach them in a halfway house. You know what I mean? Regardless of whatever the situation is. If you're in an orphanage, teach them in the orphanage. You know what I mean? But get God's people here. I mean, ain't no telling who the Lord wants. And ain't no telling who he wants for them to hear this message. You know what I mean? So you got to continue to, if you make an oath that you are going to be a priest, you know what I mean? Or if you are going to teach, you're going to teach in every circumstance that comes to you. I mean, and a lot of us don't get to choose. The Lord chooses for us. But at the end of the day, that doesn't stop us from working. You still got to keep working. Okay? And it says that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. Okay? To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to God, but under the law to Christ, that I might gain them that are without law. A lot of us are still in the ghettos. A lot of us are still in the hoods. You know what I mean? A lot of us are still in the bricks. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You pull up, your character is, you know what I mean? I'm still walking in the law. I'm still being righteous, but I'm still, I don't want to say the word, but I'm still just like you. I came up in this territory just like you. I still walk the walk. I talk the talk. I just don't sin. I just don't put harm to my brothers. I don't sell drugs. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke dope. You know what I mean? I don't pop pills just to get high. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't do these things, but I'm still amongst you, and I can still be around you and still be the person that, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm changed to the point where I'm not like you anymore. I'm like you. I just don't sin. You know what I mean? I grew up in the same atmosphere. I talk the same way you talk. I just don't sin. You know what I mean? And that's my lifestyle. So he's saying being amongst the ones who are not in the law or not following the law, but still following the law. You know what I mean? Even being amongst them. Like I'm still following the law, but I'm still amongst you and I'm still being in your presence. So you are gaining my comfort because I'm talking the talk just like you. I got the grills in my mouth. I got the braids. I got the boots. I got the jeans. But all in all, at the end of the day, I live a certain type of lifestyle where I don't sin. You know what I mean? But all in all, I'm still just like you. You have to change, but you're not changing going from, you know what I mean, a soldier to a wimp. You know what I mean? You can still be a soldier in the truth, but you just are not doing certain things that we have been programmed to do, which is being addicts, being hustlers, pimps. You know what I mean? Just in those type of things. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing those things. We're still following the law. Okay? But under the law to Christ, that I might gain them that are without law. To the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. Save all? No. Not going to save them all. Everybody is not going to follow you into the path only because you look the par and you sound the par just like them. They're not going to follow you. They're still going to want to sin. But there might be some who see and be like, okay, well, I can still be, you know what I mean? I use the word. I can't use that word. It's hard. Certain words we can't say on YouTube, but you know what I mean? But God. You know what I'm saying? Be a God just like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and still have God tendencies. Like, you know what I mean? I can still eat Fruit Loops in a cup. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. That's funny, but that's not true. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, you know what I mean, my character, my lifestyle is still like yours, but I just lived the right way. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. So what is the reason you're doing all this for? For all means, that I might by all means save some. And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what our people need right now. Our people don't need to see our people singing and being flamboyant and dressing up in pink suits and purple gaiters and purple flamboyant garments and, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Our people don't need to see us living like in that way. They need to see us in our true form. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know what I mean, just regular apparel, regular boots and jeans, and you know what I'm saying? They see us like that, and they like, okay, well, I didn't know you can serve the Bible or be righteous and still be cultured. That's a good word. I didn't know that you can still be cultured and still serve the Bible. I didn't know that you could still be a soldier. I didn't know that you could still be rough, you know what I mean, and still love God and live righteous. I didn't know that. I thought you had to be flamboyant. I thought you had to wear suits and, you know what I mean, and be a singer and all that stuff like that. No. You know what I mean? We show our situation to show that you can do this and you can still serve the Lord and still be favored by the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing you need to not do is sin. That's it. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We just like our people. We're all the same. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. Okay? The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and 28. Jeremiah 31 and 28. All right, so the book of Jeremiah 30, 31 and 28 says, and it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict. Let me read that one more time. And it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them, this is the ones that the Lord watches over. What could happen? What's going to happen to them, or what could happen to them? To pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict. You know what I mean? We got to understand that affliction is going to come to your front door. Trouble is going to come to your front door. You're going to be broken down. But is that for you to stay down? Is that for you to stay in a position where you are just always in long suffering? No. It's so the Lord can bring you back up, so he can build you back up. He's saying the ones that he's watching over are going to have to go through this. You know what I mean? The ones that he watches over has to go through this. He's not saying, oh, the ones that he hates, you know what I mean? Because our conscience tends to tell us that, oh yeah, the Lord must not love me. The Lord must not rock with me like that. There must be something about me that's failing because I continue to keep on having different situations happen in my life that causes me to suffer. No. If you're doing the right thing, you know you're doing the right thing, and you have trials and tribulations at your door, it's because the Lord knows that you're capable of getting through it. You know what I mean? And that could be the hardest of tests. And that could be the hardest of situations. But that just means that you're that example, and there's something built up in you that you probably don't even see yourself that is going to get through whatever that situation is. You know what I mean? The Lord is going to see you right through it. You know what I mean? And he said he's watching over them. Okay? So let's keep going. And to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith the Lord. So this is an understanding. Whatever it is you're going through, it's not going to last long. You know what I mean? It's a season, and it's sometimes things are just meant to happen. And we can't be the judge of what's going on. We can't be the ones to try to sit there and dictate it. We can't be the ones to sit there and try to make it, force it to be right again. All we can do is put in the Lord's hands. You know what I mean? Put in the Lord's hands and suffer through it. And not only would that make you more patient, not only would that make you more strong, not only would that make you more tough, but it gives the Lord a reason to brag on you, just like the way he bragged on Job. I mean, Job didn't know he had the strength to get through his situation. I mean, he started to break down after a while. At the end of the day, when it came to the debate, when it came to what truly was going on, Job didn't want to lie, and he didn't want to speak down on what God was capable of doing or why God was doing it to him. What he wanted to do was to keep debating that the Lord is going to be with him. The Lord is going to be with him. The Lord is going to be with him. We think that, you know what I mean, the book of Job is just all about the things that happened to him. Like, no, that's only like, what, 3 chapters? You know what I mean, majority of the book of Job is him enduring, him defending the Lord. You know what I mean? Defending his honor of him not doing anything wrong, but still having wrong done to him. But it's not wrong because it's of the Lord. You know what I mean? So the things that happened to him are afflictions, but it's afflictions before a reason. And it was. You know what I mean? Because he was strong enough to get through it. You know what I mean? And this is why it was happening to him. So be that person who gets that glory. Because it is glory at the next stages. Because if Job failed and he allowed his friends to talk him out of feeling like he was in the right or speaking righteously, then we wouldn't even be talking about him right now. There wouldn't be no book of Job. You know what I'm saying? And his glory would have been gone. So let's keep going. So that was Jeremiah chapter 31 and 28. Let's go to the book of Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9. Zechariah 13 and 9. All right. So the book of Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9 says, and I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. You know what I mean? We go through this precept a lot. What is the process of cleaning gold and silver? I mean, you put it in the fire, melt it down, you know what I'm saying? And it comes out refined. It comes out beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It comes out new and fresh. And that's the same process of what we have to go through in order to be refined in this truth. You know what I'm saying? We have to go through the fire. We have to go through afflictions. This is going through the fire. You have to go through, you know what I mean, trials and tribulations. And those trials and tribulations are going to refine you if you pass them, if you endure, if you learn patience and get through it. It's going to refine you and it's going to make you into something. But you have to get through it, though. You cannot live your life feeling like, oh, woe is me, and oh yeah, well, things just keep happening. I can't stop it. And young man, Denny's, hey, Shalom Christ, what's going on, young man? You can't live in that affliction and thinking that just things are never going to change. You know what I'm saying? You have to have faith that things will get better, even if they don't, or they seem like they don't. Have faith that the Lord is going to make the wrongs right. And that's it. And then once you get through it, then you'll understand why you went through it. And then once you get through it, you might help a brother or sister out who's going through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And then you get to lead them into their, you know what I mean, refining. You know what I'm saying? You get to lead them into being clean from the bad things that were happening. You know what I'm saying? Or the bad things that they feel is happening, or bad things that they used to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. Gold is tried They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God. Some people don't go through anything. Some people don't go through afflictions. Some people get the best things of life and get the best lifestyle, and nothing bad happens to them, is because they're weak. And because they're not capable of any bad thing happening to them. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord says, be a soldier. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't have trials come to them because they'll just end, they'll fold as soon as it happens. They'll fold. I mean, people lose their job and just jump off a bridge. You know what I mean? Lose their marriage and just jump off the edge of a building. I mean, bad things can't come their way because they're not strong enough to deal with them. But being in here, you have to be a soldier. You have to be able to get through afflictions. You have to be able to get through the fire. You have to be able to take the burn, the suffering, and you have to be able to get past it and be a new person, because it's going to turn you into a new person. You know what I mean? And not just is it going to turn you into a new person. When you speak to the Lord, he's going to hear you, because he knows that you're capable of going through pain and still loving him. You're capable of going through suffering and still following him righteously, not sinning, not doing the wrong thing. He knows that he's initiated you. You know what I'm saying? He knows that you're strong enough, and he knows that you're determined enough to have a situation happen to you, and you don't just fold and say, oh yeah, well, F God, he don't love me, I'll F him. You know what I mean? How do we know that the Most High is testing us? By living right. You're going to know. You know how to live right? You know how to follow the law? You know what I mean? If you don't, then I would suggest you know what I mean, come get in class. You know what I mean, get in all black. You know what I mean? You put a young man, so you know what I mean? I can't say that you're doing everything right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're doing on your free time. I don't know what you're doing behind closed doors. But all in all, at the end of the day, you know. You know what I mean? And if you know that you're doing right, and if you know that you're living the right way, and if you know that you're not breaking the law, you know what I mean, you're not getting high, you know that you're not buying whores, you know that you're not, you know what I mean, doing harm to your brothers. You know what I'm saying? If you know that you're not doing these certain things that the law recommends us not to do, you know what I mean, then you're going to know you're being tested, because things are going to change in your life and you're not going to know where they're coming from. You know what I mean? You're not going to know where they're coming from. Things are going to happen, and things are going to be of a fine distraction. You know what I mean? As Satan is coming to and fro of the earth, reassuring that he throws you off. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's get into it. Matter of fact. So what was that? We got, I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God. Okay, we read that. So let's see. Let's get into what your question is. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Okay, we're just gonna work our way down real quick. I'm just gonna read a couple of precepts real quick. So let's go to Zechariah. Matter of fact, we did Zechariah. Let's go to Colossians 3:2. Colossians 3:2. But we sin against God, not man. True. When you break the law, you're sinning against God, of course. You can break the law by doing harm to your brothers. I mean, so I don't know exactly what you mean by that comment. But okay, let's go to Colossians. Colossians 3:2. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Christ in God. So you don't want to be too focused on the things of this earth. You don't want to be too focused of the things that are happening in front of you. You know what I mean? That's just a warning. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. 2 Corinthians. Let me get there. Okay. So the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 17 says, For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and an eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And you know what that means, right? And then we don't, then we're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Our light affliction, your affliction is light. You know what I mean? Your affliction is something that you can get through. Your affliction may seem so dire because it's happening. Your affliction may seem so important because it's in front of you, but really it's light. It's light work. And you'll learn that once you get through it. Once you endure it and you win your battle and you get through that process of emotion and suffering and all that stuff like that, whatever it is that you're going through, you're gonna know that your situation was light because you were stronger. You're always stronger than your situation. The Lord made sure. I mean, some people don't want to realize it. Some people don't want to accept the fact because they don't want to have to walk through it. But your affliction is light work. It's light work, and it's going to be light work once you find yourself on the other side of the field, already accomplished what the goal was. You know what I'm saying? So, going back into your question, how do we know if the Most High is testing us? You know if he's not testing you, it means that there's something wrong on your part because you should be in a situation where you feel a test of life. You know what I'm saying? Life itself is a test regardless, but at the end of the day, there's a such thing as a righteous testing. You know what I mean? When you see things that are put in front of you to distract you and to throw you off of being the trooper that you are, or the young man that you are, you know what I mean? You need to understand that that's a spiritual warfare right there. You know what I mean? And that can come through ones that are close to you. That can come through ones that love you. That can go through your children. That can go through your rib. That can go through your manager, your boss, and go through a lot of things. You know what I mean? Your vehicle might even turn its back on you. You know what I mean? But all in all, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You're going to know because it's going to seem as if it's trying to take you out of doing what is most important, which is finding your purpose in this truth. You know what I'm saying? But, okay. So it's just, and it says, which is but for a moment. Now, you have to understand when these distractions do come, when these things do come against you, it's only for a temporary time. It's not forever. You know what I mean? It's not going to be forever. Even if we lose our lives in this battle, we come back more glorious. We come back more dedicated to what we truly are. So, like it real quick. Okay, so like it. Okay, so yeah, just don't get distracted. You know what I mean? If you feel like you're not being tested right now, you know what I mean? Hey, Most High in Christ, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, when the tests do come, or when the afflictions, things do start to come, you know what I mean, then you know what I'm saying, just don't fall off. Don't sin. Okay? Let's keep going though. Let's keep it going. We're gonna get to 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 17. Did we do that already? Oh yeah, we just did that. So that was 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 17. Now let's get down to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and 3. Chapter 7 and 3. You know what I mean? This is the Bible verifying that. You know what I mean? You're not about to. The suffering is just a season. It's not forever. Ecclesiastes 7 and 3. And it says, sorrow is slacking. Okay. Sorrow is better than laughter. Uh-oh. For by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. So there is reasoning for this affliction. There is reasoning for this trial and things coming against you. I mean, it says sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. You ever just, I don't want to use that as an example. I mean, just keep it short, sweet, to the point. I mean, say you lose something, say you go through something, it's to make you better. It's not to kill you. It's not to eternally damnate you, put you in a mindset of eternal damnation. You know what I mean? Feeling like everything's just going to go to a wreck and everything just it's not going to last. And not only is it not going to last, you should find joy within the sorrow. Find joy within the pain and the suffering. Find some type of joy within it. Even if it doesn't seem joyful, if it just seems so depressing, and regardless of whatever it is, find some type of joy within it. Because, you know what I mean, that sorrow is what's going to make you better. If the world was just all based on rainbows and kittens and, you know what I mean, jewels and, you know what I mean, all those things, like, if everything was just happy-go-lucky all the time, you wouldn't learn anything. It wouldn't make you a better person. It make you spoiled and rotten. You know what I mean? Sometimes, just like the seasons, things have to die off in order for you to gain better things. You know what I'm saying? Things have to go away in order for you to get better things. And the goal is not to always just get better things. You know what I mean? Sometimes things won't come back. Sometimes you'll just lose things that'll just be gone. But there's that for you to sit there and just be like, all right, cool. I'm just about to just stop what I'm doing. I'm just about to stop the mission, and I'm about to stop. And I'm just about to go back into, because the drugs made me feel better. So I'm just about to go back to the drugs because I feel like I have a better satisfaction being high than I do living a righteous lifestyle. All I found was pain and suffering and being righteous, and I don't want to do it no more. You know what I mean? That's what weak-minded people do. Is that what Yahushua dealt with in the desert? Temptations. He dealt with temptations. Oh yes, he definitely dealt with temptations. You know what I mean? Christ didn't want to die. I mean, it's a temptation. If you had the power to live, and you knew that you were going to die, what are you going to choose? You're going to choose to live? Of course. It's a natural mindset. It's a natural survival characteristic. You know what I'm saying? Christ wanted to live, but he knew he had to die. He knew he had to fulfill the mission, which was being the ultimate sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And we should take Christ as the ultimate example. That your suffering means absolutely nothing, because the suffering that he had to go through, he had to stay perfect throughout his whole life, from birth all the way to his death day. He had to stay perfect. You know what I mean? You get the opportunity to you probably got into the truth, right? You know what I mean? In your 30s, your late 20s. You know what I mean? So you didn't have to suffer for that long. Christ suffered throughout. You know what I'm saying? So now that you have just enough life to keep on going forward with, why not suffer the rest of those days? Because you're being just as Christ was. You know what I'm saying? And Christ suffered. Christ had to suffer. Christ didn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? Christ didn't want to die. Yahushua did not want to die. Our King did not want to die. But at the end of the day, what is the mission? What was his mission? You know what I mean? That should be our mission as well. You know what I mean? Die within your enduring if you got to. That's a righteous death. You know what I mean? That's a noble, righteous death. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. At the end of the day, it's our goal to be as Christ was, not to fall short, because he didn't fall short. I mean, we don't need to be falling short either, regardless of whatever you're going through. Okay. So it says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Okay. Let's keep going. The book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 28. Book of Romans 8 and 28. Any more questions too, just put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We still got a little bit more time. Any questions, throw it in the chat. We can keep this conversation going. 8 and 28. Get there real quick. All right, so the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 28 says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So if you are called by the Lord and you are enduring this affliction and you're enduring this whatever is going on, you're going to class, you're learning, you're studying, you know what I mean, putting yourself in position where you are doing a righteous lifestyle. You are not only is the purpose is coming from God, but you are setting yourself up for a seat on that chariot. You know what I'm saying? And to have a purpose, doing what God wants you to do, is the best feeling in the world. It's the best feeling in the world. It's more precious than gold and silver. You know what I'm saying? To have a purpose for a power who's capable of making planets and universes and seas and oceans and creatures, and you know what I mean, that's capable of having this type of power and actually really being existent and really being a true spirit that can change things. Why not have a purpose to do what that power wants you to do? Why not set yourself to be in his purpose, wherever he sends you, whatever seat he puts you in? Why not be who you're supposed to be in that seat? You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate feeling right there. That's like, you know what I mean? That's like being a kid and hitting a home run in front of your parents. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could just imagine that feeling, like, you know what I mean? A lot of people can't, but just like, you know what I mean? Doing proud. You know what I'm saying? That is and having that to be your purpose, like, it's a true feeling of like bliss. Like it's a great feeling. You know what I mean? It's a great feeling to know that you have some type of purpose within what the Lord wants that purpose for you. You know what I'm saying? That's a wonderful feeling. So, I mean, we are talking about a purpose, and being the person according to his purpose, to be his elect, is a wonderful feeling. You know what I'm saying? So you have to hold on to that feeling too, because it could be taken away from you and it could be given to someone else. Don't think that you just solidified only because you found the truth. No, you have to work every day to aggressively keep your seat in this. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can fall off. It don't matter what ranking, it doesn't matter how long you've been in it, it doesn't matter what the situation is. Anybody could drop their sword, but the thing about it is, don't do it. Don't drop your sword. Don't allow the things in life to throw you off course. You know what I'm saying? Which is what we was reading in our scriptures. I mean, don't allow things of this life to throw you off. I mean, take every shot to the chin and with a smile on your face. You know what I'm saying? Within the 12 tribes, of course. Yeah. Take every shot to the chin according. You know what I mean? And let's get this off. Let's finish this off. So this is who you want to be. Okay? This is exactly who you want to be. You want to be the men of Revelations 7 and 13. Okay? Revelation 7 and 13. Also, what is it? Second Ezra, chapter 2 and 42, I think, 46. But we're not gonna get into that one. We're just gonna get into Revelations. Okay. The book of Revelation 7 and 13. All right. So the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and 13 says, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? Now, if we can get understanding of what's going on, you know what I mean? This is a visual. This is the vision that John is getting, you know what I'm saying? And he sees men in white robes. What do these white robes represent? The ones who are enduring and living righteously. You know what I'm saying? Not failing. This is what the white robes mean. I mean, to have a stain on your robe is like you know what I mean, messing up. Like you're putting a stain on your white robe. Your robe should be clear, pure, like your spirit should be. You know what I'm saying? So the white robe is just a representation of not failing, not falling short. You know what I mean? Not falling into affliction. Okay? Work and study hard. Don't be fraud. The reward is the kingdom. Of course, that's what we're reading about right now. Okay? So let's get back to it. What are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, sorry, Salaki, Sir, thou knowest. Sir, thou knowest, just do you know? Okay. And it says, and he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. Get where we're coming from now? And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of God, and serve him day and night in his temple. So tribulation is not just going to happen, but it's a recommendation. It's your initiation. You have to get through that tribulation. You have to find your way through that tribulation. So it's not just something that's happening or going. It's not something that's might happen. It's going to happen. Tribulation is going to happen. You have to get through it in order to be the ones who are standing in white robes. You know what I mean? Or standing with pure spirits. Hey, what's going on, trooper? Hey, Shalom Christ. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's get they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of God, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. Talking about Yahweh Shai Mashiach. I mean, he's going to rule. He's going to be the ruler. And we have to find a seat to be amongst his rulership. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Verse 16. They shall hunger no more. This is the goal. This is the purpose. This is the goal of what we're trying to get to. You know what I mean? To be an elect. So we can hunger no more. What else? Neither thirst anymore. Neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Okay, that's the goal. That's what you want to be. I mean, this is the reason why we suffer. So don't take your suffering as something that's just light. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, well, it's just happening. It's just happening. This is the benefit of going through what you're going through. You know what I mean? This is the benefit of losing those around you who don't want to be in your life anymore. I mean, this is the goal of what we're trying to reach. Okay, we want to be the ones who don't have to thirst and hunger anymore. You know what I mean? We want to be the ones who are elect and being in the midst of our King. You know what I mean? When he gets this rulership of this world. You know what I mean? Not just of a nation of the 12 tribes. He's going to rule the world. I mean, we want to be amongst that rulership. We want to have a seat. We want to have a purpose in that kingdom. You know what I mean? But let's keep going. Zechariah chapter 10 and 6. So 2 more precepts, and then we are finito. Zechariah 10 and 6. Let's see. All right. 10 and 6, right? Yep, 10 and 6. And it says, and I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph. This is 12 tribes. I mean, usually you'll see Israel, you'll see Judah, you'll see Joseph. I mean, it's just talking about the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? And I will bring them, or Jacob, and I will bring them again to place them, for I have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. So things are going to go so well for us when the Lord is done destroying these wicked nations, when he's done destroying this wicked empire, this wicked system, and then we go back into living under rulership of our own kingdom, under our own laws, under our own authority. You know what I mean? It's going to be so great that we won't even remember this affliction. We won't even remember the things that happened to us. You know what I mean? Right now we're in a state where things are so bad, we can't tend to forget the bad thing that happened yesterday or the day before, the day before, the day before. You know what I'm saying? But things are going to go so well for us that we won't even, when you get past your situation and the Lord starts to manifest things in your life that are better than the things that you lost, you're not even going to remember the things that you lost. You're not even going to care the feeling that you used to have for the things when you lost them. You know what I mean? Because the things that are in your life are going to be so great that, you know what I mean, everything that used to be was just a blur. You don't remember that feeling no more. You don't remember that pain anymore. You know what I mean? That's why they say the pain is just for a season. You know what I mean? Pain doesn't last forever. It's not going to stay there forever. You're going to get strong. You're going to get through it. And then you're going to be so strong and through your situation that, you know what I mean, you don't even remember the things that you was even in pain about. You know what I mean? That's what growing up and being wise is about. Being wise, having wisdom when you grow up. That's what that's about. You know what I mean? It's about going through tribulations, about going through times of trouble. And it's about learning through it, getting through it, and being stronger. And then not just that, getting better. You know what I mean? You're going to do better. You're going to get better. And then you won't even remember the pain you felt while you were going through it. But right now that you're going through it, you feel as if it's so important. You feel like it's so dire to your life that you just can't live through it. You're going to live through it. Trust me. You're going to live through it. The Lord's not going to kill you in your suffering. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to get you through it. As long as you live in righteousness, as long as you're doing the right things, as long as you're living as Christ lived, you're going to get through your situation. Trust me. Trust me. You know what I mean? Trust me. That's what the Bible says. You know what I mean? It's assurance. He's going to assure that he's giving you assurance that these things are going to come to pass. And then once you get through it, and then when things start to manifest in your life, then not even that, when we get our kingdom back, we won't even remember the affliction we went through as a nation up here. The slavery, the poverty, the delusion, the whoredom, all that stuff is just going to come to a waste and be forgotten. You know what I mean? And Israel's going to thrive, and we're going to be under law and structure, and we're going to be under our king. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shalom, sis, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And that's the true goal right there. But we got to build that. You have to go through your light suffering so we can get through our great suffering, which is us as a nation suffering within this place. You know what I mean? So you have to suffer so no one else after you does. You know what I mean? You have to go through what you're going through so nobody else after you has to suffer. Your children don't have to go through the same thing. You know what I mean? We have to work to get this kingdom now. We have to push to get the Lord to push his hand to destroy this place. You know what I mean? And by doing that, we got to find our purpose in this body. In this body. Not in random bodies around that don't got nothing to do with the body. You know what I mean? You can't pull your finger off, throw it, and then your finger's just going to get to work. You know what I mean? You can't chop your arm off, throw it outside, and then you expect your car to be washed in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It's only one body. You know what I mean? And that body has to work under one structure, because Christ is not coming to rule multiple bodies. He's coming to rule one body. You know what I mean? There's only going to be one teaching. There's only going to be one doctrine. You know what I'm saying? All those other old doctrines and fake false doctrines are going to be done away with. Okay? So let me read that one more time. And I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, and I will bring them again to place them, for I have mercy upon them. And they shall be as though I had not cast them off. For I am the Lord their God, and will hear them. So, you know what I mean? We gotta fight to get this. You know what I mean? We damn sure have to fight to get this. You know what I mean? And your suffering is not being unnoted. It's not being forgotten. You're not being forgotten. You know what I mean? Continue to keep pushing your purpose in this body, regardless of how bad the suffering is, regardless of how much you want to go out and go do what you want to do. You know what I mean? You suffer when the suffering comes within knowing how good the wrong things felt or how easy they were, but still not doing them. That comes with suffering as well. You know what I mean? When you drain that spirit, when you deprive that spirit and dehydrate that spirit or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever type of limo you want to use, but you have to ignore that thought of lust. You have to ignore that feeling of lust. You have to ignore those things that you know that you feel like you want to do that is wrong, and just don't do them. You know what I mean? Purge them out your spirit. Purge them out, because that's a suffering as well. Because you want to smoke, you want to get high, you want to drink yourself to death. You know what I'm saying? You want to sleep with whores. You want to pay for a whore because it's easy. You know what I mean? All those things are easy to do. It makes your body and your flesh feel good. It makes your body and your flesh feel good. But you don't do it, and you suffer through that purge. You suffer through that feeling. You know what I mean? In order to get the kingdom, in order to get what truly we deserve as a people, not just as ourselves, not just what we feel like we deserve for ourselves, but as our people in general. Because your suffering proves to the Lord that I'm going to push my hand down and I'm going to destroy the place that is destroying my people. And that's what we want. We want to convince him. We want to convince him that we're ready. You know what I mean? That we're prepared. That we are righteously and humbly sorry for the things that we've done. We are terribly disgusted on the disgusting people that we used to be, the wicked people that we used to be. We're disgusted with ourselves of what we used to be. And we're ready to change. We're ready to have our king back. We're ready to be under rulership. You know what I mean? That's what we want. That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? One more precept and we out here. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and 15. Second Corinthians 5 and 15. Get there real quick. And it says, and that he died. Okay, let me start at 14. I don't like to start in the context. Let's go to 14 and we'll read to 15. And it says, for the love of Christ constraineth us, because we thus judge that if one died for all, then we're all dead. Okay? And that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them. Does that make any sense? Christ died for us. You know what I mean? Christ suffered and died for us so that we have an opportunity to live. So we have an opportunity to change. So we have an opportunity to repent, which is to change. You know what I'm saying? To change our lives around, to stop doing the mess that we used to do and become new and become righteous. So he died to give us that opportunity to do that. You know what I mean? And it says, henceforth live unto themselves, but so we don't live unto ourselves. We don't want to do the things that we feel like we want to do. We do the things that he wants to do, that he wants us to do, okay? But unto him which died for them and rose again. So we do it for Christ. We do it for our King. We do it for the one who was courageous and noble enough to lose his life for the greatness of his people, for his friends. You know what I mean? For the ones who truly, truly love him. You know what I mean? That's who he lost his life for. You know what I mean? And that, I don't know about you, but that's a friend that I want. That's a king that I want, who's willing to go there front, face and center on the battlefield and suffer and die just so I can have a chance to live. You know what I'm saying? That's a king that I want. And with that, I want to say, Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, thumb to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh, Shemar, thumb, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat to the sisters. The water for tuning in. That's about it. Appreciate it. Thank you.